by Neal. He's quickly up to the 20, 25, and 30, and he breaks 3 to the 45. Now the 50, here he goes! To the house! And the answer for Bryson Neal! The touchdown! Turn, fake the pitch, throw, wide open. Bryson in the corner of the end zone. From the shotgun, fires and intercepted by the Braves, and right on cue, the two-time All-Stater, Grant Thompson from the linebacker spot with a pick. Man, made me look pretty smart right there. Thanks, Grant.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Jake Hibbard. It's another Thursday night, so you know what that means. We're talking sports, and this just isn't any week. No. Sugar Salem is on the schedule, so that's our main topic. This is year 7 that Star Valley and Sugar Salem have met up. Star Valley has only won one of those, and none in the last 4 years. 2019 was the last time final of 24-7. Last year, Star Valley fell 31-14. Year before that, 22-6. In 2022, 34-7. But I don't need to tell any of the players that. I don't think I need to tell any of you that.
No, it's been an elusive goal for us, right? Like, obviously, we want to win state. We want to beat Cody. I mean, there's a lot of things we want to do, but really kind of the forbidden fruit has been beating Sugar Salem. For whatever reason, we just do not play well. And obviously a lot of that's they're really well coached and they have really good athletes. They've had this one circled for a while.
This game's huge in the eyes of this year's seniors because they haven't beat these guys. I mean, varsity-wise, they've lost 4 straight. They're very much aware of this matchup. And in fact, over the summer, some of the returning studs, I won't say who they are just in case I don't want to get them in trouble, but returning all-state players, they're like, that game is circled. Cody is big and we want to win the state championship, but this game's been on their mind a lot.
All right. It's been on their minds. Of course, I've been doing more than just thinking about Sugar Salem. I've been spending some time prepping as well. Preparing for Sugar Salem, you should know, is about as fun as when your dentist asks you your vacation plans knuckle deep. They run the wing T offense. The T stands for torturous, whether to defend or watch. That joke's brought to you by all the teams who ran this offense with quarterbacks who couldn't throw for a lick. In Jack Gardner's case, the senior quarterback for Sugar Salem, well, he didn't get the memo that wing T quarterbacks aren't supposed to throw.
Classic wing T football team. They're going to hurt you with trap, and then they're going to hurt you with buck, and then they're going to hurt you with belly. And all of those plays set up some awesome play action and what's called the waggle. And they run waggle as well as anybody does. And it creates levels. There's a deep route. And then the fullback slips out in the flat, and then that tight end that you mentioned, he just ends up wide open in the middle of the field more often than not. But it all starts with the run game. And Sugar Salem, they just take the air out of the football and make it really hard, particularly if you get behind, because they'll go for it on 4th and short, and they'll just never get the ball back to you.
In last year's game against Sugar Salem, both of these picks came with Star Valley in 2nd or 3rd and a mile to go, which allows an already dominant Sugar Salem defense to pin their ears back and, well, cause problems. In their first 3 games, Sugar Salem's forced 7 turnovers, 4 interceptions, and 3 fumble recoveries, and blocked 3 punts.
I think the thing that impresses me the most in covering these games over the last several years, they just do not make mistakes.
Win or lose, I tell everybody, win or lose, as long as we can get out of this one healthy, there's no bad outcome. Because a lot of state championship years we've lost at Sugar, and it's all it does is show us things that we need to get better at and improve. They tend to go on and win the state championship on their side of the border, and that's certainly our goal on this side.
Well, we mentioned that Jack Gardner, the senior quarterback, is back from last year's state championship team. Let's take a look at some of the other playmakers. And for the Diggers, you have to start with who's not there anymore. Namely Carson Harris, who rushed for 1,000 yards in the last 2 seasons and put up 22 touchdowns on the ground, and 2 more receiving in 2023. And Tate Cutler's also gone from the team. Cutler rushed for another 12 touchdowns on the season and over 600 yards. You hear it all over the country with the best teams in high school football. They like to say, we don't rebuild, we reload. And Sugar Salem certainly done that at the running back position. Last year, Harris commanded a 45% run share rate. This year, things look a lot more even, with Jason Fleming accounting for 27% of the runs, Kimball Tonks 22%, and Dawson McAnally 21%. So far, we've seen a lot of Tonks and Fleming up the middle, with McAnally finding the space on the edge runs. McAnally's also hauled in 10 passes, 3 of which were touchdowns. And speaking of receivers, senior Abe Baldwin is one of the most dynamic players on this roster. He'll of course line up on the edges, but he could also see some running action in the sweep. And while McAnally's been the primary punt returner, you could see Baldwin line up either as a punt or kick returner. And folks, if he finds an edge, he could be off to the races. They haven't played much defense, so standouts, kind of hard to tell yet, but I will tell you this. Watch out for their senior defensive ends, Hank Carter and Ben Aldridge. Hey, before I go, I should let you take a look at what we've got coming up tomorrow night around Star Valley Sports. First up, cross country's back on the road at Idaho Falls. Golf already off to conference. They'll be at Three Crowns course tomorrow. Volleyball again on the road at the Bonneville Invitational. And football, we've been talking about it all night. Sugar Salem on the road, 7 o'clock kickoff. Game right here on SVI at 6:30. And that's it for me. Join me tomorrow on the highlights of the SVI broadcast as we see if your Braves can break a 4-year losing streak against the Diggers of Sugar Salem. Until then, I'm Jake Hibbard. Keep watching Sports Night, and hey, how about a challenge? Go tell a friend.